Hello. How's everyone? Who's here? I feel very, very chill this morning, so I hope that energy is all right with all of you. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll amp up. But right now I just feel very kind of dreamy and I don't know. You know, that kind of like dreamy, floaty feeling. One of those. Who's here? Hi, Enrico. I want to make sure the chat is working this time. Maybe it's not. Guys, tell me, is the chat work? Oh, I guess you can't tell me. Okay, good. Hi, Zahar. Oh, shoot, I don't recognize that flag. Great, okay. I just wanted to make sure. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. OMG, hi. Hi. Who else is here? I guess there's not a lot of people on yet. What's been going on? I'm sorry about last week. I kind of realized the night before, I was like, oh, we're doing Easter tomorrow. Okay. And I thought about going live, but I was like, it's really good. I didn't try to make that work. It's just too much if there's like 2 kids under the age of 4 in the house. So yeah, my niece and nephew were here and we did so many things. We did so many Easter activities. We did it all. We painted the eggs. We did an egg hunt. We went to a petting zoo. We met Mickey and Minnie. It was big. I don't know why Mickey and Minnie specifically was a thing for Easter, but it was. And we did that. Although, why don't they talk? You know when people dress up as cartoon characters? What's the rule there? Is it that like it breaks the illusion? I don't know what it is. I was like say something. It's kind of weird that they're just silent statues. But I don't know. Erin seemed happy about it, delighted actually. Yeah, she was supposed to get face paint too, but that didn't happen. The line was too long. So this was, how are you guys doing? Just before I get started. Is everyone good? How was your week? How was your Easter? No? Okay. Feels different today. Am I right? Am I wrong? It feels different. It is different. I woke up and I was like, oh, life is different. Do you ever have those days when you're like, oh, I am in a parallel reality now. I transitioned over. That's what I woke up to. He was like, oh, okay. I left something behind in the night. So that's how I'm feeling. Yeah, this was a topic that I was supposed to talk about last week. But we're doing it today. And I almost called it something else. I almost called it love or fear. And I kind of woke up. It's funny, sometimes I wake up on a Saturday morning and I'm like running the script in my head of what I want to say, and I woke up with that and it was like, oh, okay. And it has to do with love and fear and like threat. So yeah, fixing other people. I mean, I think we're told from like a very good age that like we're supposed to help one another and we're supposed to like, it's not fixing so much, but it kind of is. It's like, look, that person over there, they're upset and you need to go make sure that they're not upset. look, that person needs this, so you have to like go and adjust that and rearrange that over there for that other person. And that person is mad at you, or that person is sad, or that person is this and this and this and this and this. And we have to like somehow fix the problem for other people. Or at least if you're that kind of like people pleaser type and you like being helpful and you like being good and you like being praised for all of that, you get yourself into those situations. But it's a bit messy because honestly, sometimes it is coming from love. Like it really sincerely is coming from love. In almost like all situations, like at the root of it, you're like, I love, and that person, I don't like to see them that way in whatever way. So I want to change this. I want to change this circumstance, which is presenting itself as like another person. It's, I know this sounds weird, but I think about this all the time of like, what are other people? Like, what are they? And I think so often they're circumstances actually. It's like an event happening outside of you, the same way that like a sunset is an event. Another person is this like event happening outside of you, and you're witnessing it, and it's bringing up all kinds of things. And sometimes it's good things, and sometimes it's like really scary things. But it's this thing that's just like unfolding in front of you, and you get to participate with it and like talk to it and engage with it. But like, and you're like, yes, there is consciousness there, and it is someone, it's a person, but like you will never actually know what's going on with another person. You will never actually like inhabit someone else's body. So anyway, that's like a really weird side tangent, but you know, then you have to ask yourself, if you're trying to fix someone else, if you're trying to solve something out there, it's no different. It's no different than like what I've talked about, which is like just let the world be. Like stop thinking that it's out there. It's you. It's you in here, and everything you're perceiving about another person is happening from inside. You're perceiving things. You're feeling things. I used to think I was an empath. I think if you decide you're an empath, you're an empath. But it's like, it's kind of a little bit of like an ego trip to be like, I'm an empath and I just like really strongly feel these things coming from these other people. And I've spoken to other people too. And it's very much like, I think it's just coming from this place of wanting to justify your own behavior, wanting to justify your own fear and your own like feelings and put it on another person. Like we're constantly just trying to like glom responsibility onto things outside of us. And the thing is, there's no freedom there. There's no space there, because then what you do is, in this weird way, you create the whole world and other people, all these circumstances, all these events, all these situations as precarious and antagonistic to yourself, because you don't know what they're going to do, and you are completely susceptible to that, to whatever is out there. You've decided like, no, it's not me doing it. No, it's not me. It's them. They're this way. It's this way. Life is this way. My job is this way. Acting is this way. All these situations are this way, and I'm just reacting because I'm super sensitive, and I'm just picking up on what everyone else is throwing down. And someone else is upset. Someone else is upset. And the only way that I get to like be safe, that I get to feel relaxed or feel happy or feel right in myself and in the world, is if that other person is somehow some other way. And they're in pain, and I need them. I need them to not be in pain, because it is threatening to me if they are. Like, it's selfish. It is. I don't think there is anything in this world that isn't selfish. Like, that used to bug me a lot, mostly because it was like, don't be selfish, don't be selfish. And when I saw selfishness in the world meaning like people that were doing things from a place of like it made them feel good. I was like, that's bad. That's wrong. You're not supposed to do that. But that's all there is. That's all there is. That's like the only thing that we're ever doing is like inching towards feeling okay. In everything we do. I really mean that. Even if it's like, I will feel terrible so that this other person can feel good. In some way, we have contrived ourselves and the world and the rules and everything that it slightly feels better to be a bit of a martyr than to not be. That's what we've done. We've just made a rule that says, oh yeah, this is the right thing to do. This feels, and then like we make it feel good. Oh, good, because I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing the right thing. So the thing is, you're making yourself subject to, and you're deciding that they're doing things to you. They're making you feel things. They're making you scared. They're making you scared. That's what it is. Other people scare you. Circumstances scare you. The world scares you. Who you are scares you. And you're letting that motivate your every thought and your every action. You're just afraid. And everything is threatening to you because you've decided that it's all more powerful than you. You've decided that it's causing what's going on in here, as opposed to the other way around. You've turned it around. You've flipped it. It's not that way. You're putting it on the thing. It's inside out, not outside in. I know most of the world like refuses to believe that or refuses to see that and acknowledge that and take responsibility for that, but that's the way it is. It's inside out. Everything you're perceiving about another person is coming from you. Any perception that like another person has to be fixed, has to be some other way, it's coming from you. It really, really is. And so you have to decide for yourself, like, are you coming from love or are you coming from fear? Are you operating from fear? And if I'm honest with myself, like I was thinking about this morning, getting ready, if I'm honest with myself, most of my life I have come from fear. And like too afraid to even let love be in the equation, really. Because I didn't like, there wasn't a, I don't know, it wasn't a part of it. Like there wasn't room for it. And I know like love was like under there because often it's like the people you love that can scare us the most, right? Because you're afraid of losing them. And so you make these people like, it's like love holds you hostage. That's what we do with love. We have it hold us hostage. That we're so afraid to lose it. We're so afraid to like feel it. These other people in our lives, they're holding us hostage. That's what we do to them. That's what we do to them. They're like cutting us off from the source. They're the tap. And we're just so afraid of them, of what they might do, of what they might not fulfill, of how they might be, of how they might not be, of how they might show up, of how they might not show up. And then we go, okay, I need to fix them. I need to fix them. I need to somehow be of service to them. And I'm run by fear, and I'm so afraid of whatever is going on with them. Because I need to be. I need to be so concerned about them. Because my livelihood exists over there. I outsourced like my own sense of self to other people for so long. And it was fear. It was like other people, I mean, this is how I had it in my head. Other people are not okay. I'm like acutely aware of that. And I'm always kind of like in panic mode. Other people are not okay. Other people are this. They're not okay. They're not okay. They're not okay. And that's not okay. And I somehow need to make sure that everyone is okay. Because I don't know. I just have to. I just have to. Because they're making me feel so scared inside. And maybe if they're okay, the waters will calm and I'll then have permission to feel okay. Maybe they'll be happy and they'll be grateful towards me and they'll see value in me because I made them happy and I made it all right. I fixed the situation. I fixed it. It was broken and I fixed it. And now because I fixed something that was broken, I get to feel okay about myself. I get to feel calm again. I get to regain feelings of like happiness or just well-being. Okay, it gets to be calm. Great. Until the next thing. And then I need to fix that. Until the next thing. And then I need to fix that. And you don't see that you're holding, you're not permitting yourself to just feel okay now. You're making it like you're putting conditions. You get to just feel okay now in the face of this, of outside of you, of the other person. You get to stop making them an antagonist, like an enemy. You're making other people enemies. I know that's like harsh, but like it is because like they're in the way. They're in the way of you feeling something. They're in the way of you like whatever it is that you wish to experience, that you wish to feel about yourself or about the world, or just like they're in the way. You need to somehow get them to another place. And then you get the reward. And they're not your enemy. I mean, they are if like you want them to be. But if you take that off them and you stop making it about them, like you really stop. You don't need them to be any other way. Even if they're convinced that they need to be another way. You don't need that. Like the people that have helped me the most in my life, it came from a place of they did not need me to be any other way than that which like I was. And even when I was like, I'm the problem, I'm this, I'm that, it was not a problem for them. I was not a problem for them. I was not something to be fixed. I just was. And that's it. I was not scary to them. I did not threaten them. My being whatever I was did not threaten them. And so if you look at yourself and you look at your life and you look at the people in your life, can you be really, really honest and be like, am I threatened? Am I doing something because I'm afraid? Am I with these people out of a place of fear? That I'm so afraid if I don't show up in a certain way, if I don't show up, they're not going to be okay. They're going to be upset. Something is going to go wrong over there, and it's going to make over here not okay. Is that what I'm doing? I mean, this doesn't have to be other people. It could be like a job you do, or even like the things you love. The thing is, like, it permeates everything. Because if you choose that like fear is your operating manual, and you just are constantly putting out the fear, and you make that like your God in a way. Okay, where's the fear? How do I get away from that? You know, if it's like, if I don't work out every single day, I am not a worthwhile human. Like, I will feel bad about myself. And so we work out every day. We work out every single day. And the outside world, most other people will be like, good for you. Good for you. Wow, what discipline. It's not discipline, it's fear. It's that if I don't do that thing, I will punish myself on the inside. I will do that. But I'll think it's like this like cosmic force that just does that to me. I won't see that I'm doing that. I'm choosing every time to punish myself internally. That if I don't do it, then I'm a bad person. And I'm going to punish myself because that's what we do with bad people. And if I don't help every single person, if I don't make them more important than myself, if I don't fix their problems, then I'm a bad person. Then I'm selfish. If I think that how they feel is more important than how I feel, then I'm a good person. Then I get to feel good about myself. Do you see how like you're creating other people to be these like they have the keys to your well-being. They have it. You don't have anything. It's all about them. They hold everything. And you're doing that. Like, it's not actually true. You've just decided that, like, you are completely subject to how other people are feeling. And they're your feelings. Like, can I say that in a very clear way? You do not know what another person is feeling. You do not know what another person is thinking. There might be some, like, obvious clues, but, like, you don't. You're not actually inside of them. You're not. You're inside yourself. You are always inside yourself. And you're giving them things. You're giving them things. You're giving them lines. You're giving them the script. You are the director, and you're giving them this story. You're feeding it. You're feeding it. You're feeding it. And so much of it is coming from fear. And just as easily, you can decide it's going to come from love. What if it came from love? And not a like, the thing about words is they mean different things to everyone. And I didn't realize this for a long time, but love meant something to me. And it was like, yeah, it was a little bit of self-sacrifice. It was like, I love you in spite of. It was, I love you enough to clean up your messes and to care for you. I'll hold your hand. I'll hold your hand. And that is a part of love. But I think love also is like big enough to encompass, it's not just about the soft, fragile things about another person. It's also like recognizing their greatness. Recognizing the greatness in everything and going towards that. And just like a very simple, I mean, the thing is, it's a feeling. It's this feeling of like intense happiness and pleasure and joy and trusting that like that is safe to go towards, that does not hold you hostage, that's not going to be taken away because it's coming from you. It's coming from you. So like in any part of your life, it's this feeling. It's this feeling of like, am I doing this? Am I moving towards love? Am I coming from love? Am I letting myself love what I love? Or am I just afraid? Am I just afraiding what I'm afraid of? So with other people, with helping others, with like being of service to other people, making a difference for other people, just being there for other people. Are you afraid of them? Are you threatened by them? Or do you just love the idea of seeing them smile? Do you just love laughing with that person? Do you just love aspects of that person? Like who that person can be, who you've seen that person be? Do you just love, like, what do you love about them? What do you see for them? What would you love to see? What would you love to see for that other person? Stop trying to put out the fire and look at them for like what's there but what they're not allowing. That you want to see. It's like there's a sun and there's just clouds in the way. And you're not going to be like, "Oh my God, clouds." And so like you get out your umbrella or something. Maybe this is a good analogy. It's like, "Oh my God, clouds." So you get out your umbrella. But now you even have like more things blocking that sun. And you're just like, oh, da, 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 da. Or is it just like, yeah, but I know you're the sun. I know you're the sun. And I'm not going to allow you to like trick me into thinking anything but that. I'm not going to allow you to like, I'm not going to allow you to make me afraid. Because I know you don't actually have the power to do that. Nothing can make me afraid. I make that choice. Nothing actually can threaten me. I make that choice. Do you actually love people? Are you willing to let yourself love people? And that's a question I'm asking myself as I'm saying it. Am I willing to like actually love people and have people love me in all their capacity, in like their greatest capacity for that? You know, it's like, it's easy to be like, people people don't know what unconditional love is. People don't know how to love me. People don't know how to understand me. People don't look at me. People don't see me. People don't hear me. And it's cool. It's a great trick that we get to put it on them. That we don't feel right about ourselves because of all those things that those other people aren't fulfilling. And all the things that they threaten and all the hurt that they cause us. And we're so hurt by all the lack in other people. And it's you. It's you. You're not subject to other people. You are not their subject. You are not their subject. They do not have like reign over you. They don't. If you really look at this, they do not. You're deciding that. You're choosing that. How they feel does not actually force you to feel something. How they feel does not force you to decide things about yourself, to feel things about yourself. It does not. Do you love that person? Do you love people? Do you love seeing people happy? Like, that's just basic. Would you like to see that person happy? Like, honestly, would you like to see that person like 100% all right? Would you like to see that person have everything that they want? Honestly. Ask yourself that. If they had everything they ever wanted, would that be good for you? Would you love that? And I bet, I mean, if I'm honest with myself, I bet there's something about that you're like not okay with. That if the person you're trying to help had everything, I bet you wouldn't be okay with it. Not because it's like bad necessarily. Sometimes it's just because like you don't know what that would look like. And it's kind of scary, but there's probably like some oppositional thing that you're like, I don't know. I don't know if that would be better. Like if I think of, I'm going to be honest on here, whatever. If I think of my mom And I think of like, she's wanted to lose weight for a long time. She's wanted to lose weight for a long time. She's not like, it's not horrible, you know, it's just like it's a pretty normal thing. You like get older, and she was like slender her whole life. And then I guess according to her, like menopause hit, you know, and she just like hasn't been her natural weight. And I've kind of like dabbled in this area of like thinking like, okay, what if she had that? What if she got back to like 130 pounds? And she's a tall woman, so like, but that's what she was. Or even like 150 or whatever. I don't even know what she is now. But what, like, let's just say she had the body she wanted to have. And I just gave that to her. Like, here you go. If I could just give her the keys to the kingdom, like, here you go. Wish granted. Wish granted, here you go. Love you. There is this like little twinge of fear. And I guess I'm just running with this in the moment. Like, what is that? I don't know. It would just be different. She would definitely be happy. I think it would change her whole perspective on things. And I think also too, there's like a little bit of fear. God, I'm gonna be like friggin' honest on here. It's like I don't get to have that over her. That like, ooh, this hurts, but it's like I figured out, like, I don't know. I'm slender, I like my body, and she doesn't. She doesn't like her body. And I guess I get to like have one over on her. And if she had like her perfect body and I had my perfect body, I don't know, maybe I'd lose something. Maybe like I'm just in competition with other people. And again, I think like, okay, it's this like scale that I have. Okay, I don't have this, but at least I have this, right? I don't have this, but at least I have this. And that person, they have this, but they don't have what I have, you know? And that's even presented as like this good thing. I've seen that in like, I don't know, after school specials of like, oh, you have other things that like people want. And like that somehow that balances out all the scales. That like, oh no, you only get like certain parts of the pie. You only get certain things. And so you get to have some nice things and other people get to have other nice things. And that's how it works. That's how it all like evens out. Great. Great. And so other people don't get to have the things you have. Nope, those are my things. Those are my things. I don't have these things. You have those things. And we think like that's how the world is parceled out. And it's not like that at all. And you're not threatened by other people. Them having everything they want does not actually impact you, does not threaten you, does not make you less than, does not make you more than. They do not have control over you in that way. You do. You get to say how worthwhile you are based on nothing outside of you. There's nothing outside of you that gives you worth. There is no one outside of you that gives you worth. Really. There is nothing outside of you that gives you love. There is no one outside of you that gives you love. I really mean that. They don't give it to you. You give it to yourself. They can say nice things to you, but do you let it in? If you don't let it in, meaning it's almost like you activate it within yourself. Like that's how it works, actually, is someone says something, like someone says, I love you. And you like activate it in yourself and you feel loved. You feel that. They didn't do that to you. There's no button that they can press on you to make you feel things. You know that, right? It's not actually how it works. You're not like, you're not this like machine with like levers and buttons and pulleys and things like that other people are just tugging on. And it doesn't go the other way too. You're not doing that to other people. You cannot do that to someone else. There's no button you can press. Oh, they feel all better now. Or, oh, maybe if I contort myself this way. Now they're happy and pleased. Now they're not scary to me anymore. It doesn't work like that. You start with yourself. You find love in yourself. You dig up every piece of love you have in yourself. You love yourself, you love the world, you love other people for what they are, for what they actually are when the clouds aren't there. And you just bring that every day. You just bring that excitement, that love, that joy. You just bring that. And it might be so fucking like down deep, deep, deep under the soil that you've even like forgotten about it. But you know what? Dig it up and find it. Find it and bring that. Forget fear. Stop choosing fear. Stop choosing fear and thinking this is the thing that propels me forward. It's not. It's not. It never ever has been. It doesn't work. It is a broken vehicle. Leave it the hell alone. It will not get you to where you want to go ever. Ever, 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 ever. Like, ask yourself, has fear ever actually gotten me? Ultimately, like permanently where I want to be. It can get us there like temporarily sometimes and we go out of the danger zone. But it doesn't last. It doesn't last because there's always some new fear on the horizon. That's the thing. If we make a God out of fear, we're going to constantly want to call it back. Hey, you got me here, so can you help me out again? And it's just like, that's how it's going to work. We're going to be looking for it. We're going to be looking for like, okay, I fixed that person. They're not scary to me anymore. For now. Okay. What else do I need to fix? I'm just going to constantly be fixing. I'm going to be fixing. The house is caving in and I'm just going to be fixing. As opposed to going straight to love. Straight to the thing that I want. The thing that I want to see. Which is like a beautiful, beautiful palace around me. Or like whatever it is. Just like for there to be, what is it you want? What is it you would love to have? What is it you would love to see in the other person? What is it you would love to feel for yourself? What is it you think that like some other person is going to say to you eventually? Some other person is going to like embody or give you or be? What is it you actually like, what is it you're so craving and desperate for and hungry for? What is it you want them to say to you? How is it you want them to look at you? And realize that like, you're just full of bullshit. You're so scared of just giving it to yourself that you have other people be like the messenger. That's how you'll let that little bit of love in. You'll have other people like say pretty words. That person loves me. And you'll let love in that way. I'm loved. That person complimented me. That person just felt okay. Okay. That's like the amount of okayness I'm gonna let into my life. As opposed to like actually owning that you're the source of it. And like, admit that like you want to feel loved by yourself. Like that's what you intensely want. You don't have to push it away and like put it into another person. Or the okayness, like the rightness in the world. You don't have to push it away and put it into another person and have it just be this like little fragment of okayness that exists on the face of someone else for a little while. You can just have that. You can give that to yourself now. You can give that to yourself and own that like that's actually how you want to feel all the time. And that it's okay for you to feel that all the time. Like it's safe to do that. Lean into that and just see what happens. I'm pretty sure that the chat went dead again. So, I guess I'm gonna do what I did last time, where I'm gonna like hop off and then pop back on. And I'm sorry, I don't know why it's doing this, but I'll do my best to resolve it. Okay, yeah, so I will be right back. Hop on to the next live that I go on.